All right, everybody, welcome to another edition of Doctor It Up with Chef Eddie. And today is a easy beef stroganoff. Pulling up my pants, and my shirt is cleaner today. My wife would be proud. So we have the ground beef, we have egg noodles, we have a half an onion and some mushrooms, some beef stock, some good old cream of mushroom soup, and some sour cream. I also have some salt and pepper, which I don't show, some parsley flakes, some granulated onion, and some granulated garlic. So the first thing you want to do is brown that beef up, and while it's browning, add your onions and your mushrooms. We want to get a good caramelization on this because the caramelization adds flavor. So I had a little granulated garlic and some onion and some parsley for color, and you can't see it, but I added a little S&P, salt and pepper. So we're going to brown this up, get a good caramelization on it, stir it up a little bit, get a little fancy, why not? And here's a little trick you can do. Instead of draining, because the ground beef has a lot of fat in it, take a little paper towel and some tongs and just kind of blot it out the grease. You can get rid of a lot of grease that way without draining, without getting your colander all nasty. Just take a little towel and blot it out. You can see how much oil came out. And I'll throw that away. And then now it's time for the cream of mushroom soup. I told you this is doctored up beef stroganoff. Because normally you take a nice cut of meat like a filet mignon or a ribeye. And I always add milk to get the last bit of cream of mushroom soup out of the can. So I get that out. Add the milk and the rest of the cream of mushroom soup in there. And then we're just going to stir this sucker up. And it'll become a nice little sauce that will go on top of egg noodles. So we're going to cook this down a bit and let everything incorporate. I am going to add a touch of beef stock. Oh, look at me getting fancy again. Holy hat, I'm a fancy chef. So I add a little beef stock to thin it out. Sometimes I'll add a little bit more milk. And then also I reserve a little pasta water from the egg noodles, just in case it gets too thick, because you want a nice thick sauce, but you don't want it too thick. And then I add a little squeeze of sour cream. All good beef stroganoffs have that. But I just add a little bit to this doctored up version of beef stroganoff. And it kind of looks not the most attractive meal. I also add a little pepper. Any kind of cream sauce, I like a little pepper. And then parsley for color. And then we're just going to let it simmer for a while. There's my egg noodles. They're done. About 8 minutes. I always reserve a little pasta water, like I said. And then I just take the egg noodles and I pour the beef stroganoff on top. And there it is. Another version of Doctor It Up with Chef Eddie. Operation complete. Bon appetit, everybody.